Okay, with this video, I want to show where the crashes occur, or at least how I documented their occurrence, and kind of show you a little bit of the buff out log. Okay, so a little bit of pretext real quick. These are basic game sessions. You can see they're 18 minutes long, 1 hour and 21 minutes long. So, that being said, I fast travel back and forth to Sanctuary quite a bit from Nuka World from all over the place because that's a home base. And anytime I fast travel back to Sanctuary, or whenever it does a cell load, it will unload whatever data. I believe the first step it does is unload data that it doesn't think it needs because it's looking at the data for the cell. It unloads what it thinks it doesn't need, and then loads what it thinks it does. At least I'm assuming that's how they do it. If they combine it all in one process, where basically, does it exist? I mean, is it required for a cell? Does it exist? Or basically, is it required for a cell? Not that it's persistent, but if it's resident, if it's already loaded or resident in memory. So if it's required for a cell, if it's resident in memory, don't load it. If it's not, load it. Otherwise, unload it. That's if it exists. If it has a reference to it, unload it. All right, so that's how I'm thinking that process works, or something close to it. So I am going to and from Sanctuary, so I'm running across that bridge a lot. And if you look at the fact that the character is, what, a level 70 now, if we go over here and take a look at the game saves, I believe, yeah. So the character's now is level 70, 71. So this is a lot of gaming time. You could look at, if you want to look at total time spent, let's see. Total time spent on this one would be basically 6 days, 2 hours, and 17 minutes. So total time spent is roughly 6 times 24 plus 2. That's how much time is spent. And this does not, and if you look at the full course of the spread, it does not happen that much. I mean, that particular, like where it's previs, this is marshland crashes. I do have a loose file stream. I don't know if that was coming out of Sanctuary or not. I don't think it is, but it is possible. You can see some PRP stuff, just little notes that I made. I can go back in and take a look at the buff out log to see if it was anything in particular, because I do save these logs because I do want to map them back to some type of metric. So you can see it's stream manager and a loose file stream. So you can see that. Okay. So with that, you can see over here that twice I had noted when I had a loose file stream coming out of Sanctuary. Now, one thing I haven't looked at is the loose file stream the same offset? So there's the offset into Fallout, because you can see here, if you look at the modules down below, that should be the entry point into Fallout 4, or the load point. And then this is the entry point into that part of the code. Looks like it's like a 1D3 43. So if we take a look at this other one, let's see if it's the same entry point. Yeah, see, it's not. So it's not the same entry point. So it's doing different things. See, so I'm not really sure. Like, there's no real mapping of this because most of it has to be reverse engineered, except the part that maybe Bethesda does help with. But anyways, that being said, you can see where I think it was a loose file stream. Now, I could be mistaken. Let's find. Okay, then I was absolutely mistaken. Oh, that was NAC weather. I'm sorry. I didn't even pay any attention to that. And that's my fault. Let's go back and take a look at this one. And I actually, down here where it's NAC's weather, I actually combine the two. So I have a running game where I put True Storms in with the patch. I haven't tested it, I haven't looked at it, so I'm just kind of put it in there, running on the fly, see what happens. Okay, so we have a 1D3 and a 43. So we have the same reference there. And then up here, we have the exact same reference. See, so both of these crashes right here, the one that's right there, because I put the crash information before the session. Both of these have the exact same offset into the game. So and this is crossing the bridge. This actually crashes as I'm crossing that bridge, right where you see that, roughly where that disappears. Now, I don't normally, I'm kind of putting two and two together here because I don't actually look that direction when I cross the bridge. I'm just running. And it is random, so it doesn't happen. And what I mean by random, it might have the appearance of being random because it's a race condition that is not recognized as a race condition, where some other script processing is going on, and when that unloads, this is the end result. So that's the two that's the two crashes I had. The rest of these, I think, these loose file streams, I believe they were out in Previs. I think these are out in other locations, not necessarily Sanctuary. And these are the ones that happened during this entire this I don't want to say game session, this playthrough, this test, this playthrough test. It's for this character. So these 6 days equal all these different gaming sessions. So there's about 163 games, or no, 183 game sessions, of varying length. And I don't think necessarily the longer you play, uh, the higher the likelihood that it would crash. I don't think that's necessarily a contributing factor. I think it's just kind of one of those incidental factors. It just happens, just happens to exist at the time of the crash. So wanted to drop that metric data in, toss that into the loop, and let me see what else I can tinker around with here, or something else I may figure out.